Hey, so I'm gonna choose to do it podcast style because I've honestly been listening to a lot of podcasts recently, like when I'm doing my chores on my way to home and work and school, so I can kind of take it as a sign. So this is gonna be the what I'm leaving with, the critical reflection on diversity and equity. Um, so one of the just to start off, like something that I'm definitely leaving this course with, despite like not finishing it yet though, is still like how impactful it was in understanding that knowing and affirming my students is so much more deeper than just a basic thing about their identity. Like, it's not just about like doing an assignment where, oh, like, where are you from? And oh, let's just stop there. That's it. Um, I understood inclusion more through what I could visibly bring into my classroom, such as like diverse books, culture, celebrations, religions, and experiences. And those are so important too, but I never connected to the intricate way students in my class and other, like just in the school in general, in my community, the parents, the other teachers can see me, and they're only one part of creating that inclusive classroom. So something that really stuck for me, just like as I'm looking at our notes and like my notes, the stuff that I'm like, I see here. I remember we talked about seeing 10% of a person, similar to that, the tip of an iceberg. And there's always a time and place for acknowledging the parts of a student's identity that we can see or easily learn. But if I stay there, I'm not really getting to know that student and I'm not really seeing that student. Our learning about bias has also challenged me, especially Jerry Kang's idea of an immaculate perception. So I found the idea of a mental cloud interesting because throughout our lives, we're obviously constantly storing information about different identities and experiences and groups of people. And like he was even saying this in the video where it's like it's inevitable. That's how like we have this bias that's always stored in our head. And eventually, that information can become attitudes, associations, and stereotypes. Then that can influence our behavior without us even consciously realizing it. The quote we discussed from Timothy Wilson, like that I have here in my notes, is "We are strangers to ourselves," which really connects to this for me because it's like you don't. You're not gonna go and meet someone and be like, "Hi, like I'm Amanda and I have biases." Like that's not something that I think about myself, right? So when he was talking about this, it's like, well, it's like he said, it's inevitable. The important thing is that you still have to like realize this, be conscious of it, and make like informed choices and decisions based on this, like being aware about yourself. And I can genuinely believe that I'm being fair and still have biases influencing how I respond to someone. There's no immaculate perception where I can completely separate myself from everything I've previously seen, heard, or learned. And then this is especially important to me as a future teacher because teachers make so many decisions all the time. Like there's that thing where it's like a teacher can make like 100 decisions in like a day. We decide whether behavior is disrespectful, whether a student's trying hard enough, who needs extra support, who gets praised, who gets disciplined, what books we use, what examples we show, what time, how much time do they need, and so much more. And so I need to be willing to question my own first reaction. For example, if two students constantly call out, I don't want to automatically view one student as enthusiastic while seeing another as as disruptive without questioning why I interpreted them differently. Is it a gender thing? You know, like, oh, well, boys will be disruptive and girls have to have like this. Well, no, just because I grew up in a culture like that, you know, where I was taught that, it's embedded in me. I don't want this coming out in my classroom. I don't want to assume that the quiet student is disengaged or does not understand. One thing I want to start doing is obviously become more conscious of those quick judgments and asking myself, where are they coming from? Another big thing, sorry, I'm like realizing the time, is I'm leaving this course with is a different understanding of microaggressions. So the mosquito bite comparison really stuck with me. One mosquito bite might seem small, it's just annoying, it's a nuisance, but if someone's constantly getting bitten, eventually obviously becomes exhausting. And I think microaggressions can be the same way. A comment might seem harmless to an outsider, but we do not know how many similar comments that person has already experienced. And that obviously made me think a lot about students. If a child reacts strongly to something that seems small to me, I do not want my first thought to be, why are they overreacting? I want to ask, what might have happened before I saw this behavior? There could be so much going on that I'm not aware of. I still need to address inappropriate behavior, but I want to approach it with more curiosity and less assumption. I also learned a lot about intent versus impact. So someone may genuinely not intend to hurt another person, but that does not erase the impact it had on the student. If a student makes a joke about someone's name, culture, religion, accent, hair, or identity, saying, oh, well, I was just joking, or in a joking way, That should not automatically end the conversation. Like saying it's just joke, it's just a joke, I'm just joking does not end the conversation at all because the impact that it had on another person goes far deeper than just a joke. Moving forward, I want to start questioning my own assumptions more, stop minimizing experiences just because they seem small, like to the class, to what it is, to society, and continue building genuine relationships with students so I know I see them as a whole person and they know that too, not just facts about their identity. I think my biggest takeaway is that being an equitable teacher is obviously continuous, ongoing work and learning. I need to keep listening, reflecting, learning, and being willing to correct myself.